I realize this is really late notice, but I have some exciting news and then I have a rant. Recently, I went to the bookstore and I got 2 books there. So the books are these. And this. I'm very, 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 very excited about this. This is an actual reenactment of what I looked like when I was reading the 9th book. So for those of you who are not my friends and possibly don't know this, the movie How to Train Your Dragon was based off of a book series. And, well, it was based off the first book. And when I say based off of, I mean, they had the names. And the idea of Vikings and dragons. I can speak. And if you want more I have a link to my Tumblr in which I will present you with a text-based version of this, complete with embellishments, little footnotey, tangenty things. That'll probably be up sometime this weekend. I can make no guarantees about it being up tonight, unless by tonight you mean 1 in the morning tomorrow, because odds are I'm not going to get it done today. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite characters. He is one of the 3 fictional character crushes that I've ever had. It's Fish Legs. Now, for those of you who have seen the movie, you're probably thinking, Fish Legs, the weird, fat, geeky Viking who's really doesn't do much? Yeah, well, that would be why I prefer the books over the movie. One of the reasons. Like I said I was talking about. I did say I was talking about that, right? I hope I said that because that's what I'm talking about. Why I like the books more than the movie. I realize the movie has valid reasons for people to like it, especially if they haven't read the books. But the books are sheer brilliance. I promise you. Anyway, so Fish Legs. In the movie, he and Hiccup share no particular relationship whatsoever. They're just 2 Vikings. And he's like this typical guy, you know? He's fat and stupid and violent-ish. He's very interested in dragony violence, which is your typical Viking, at least in this fictional Viking society. Anyway, one of the first things you learn about Fish Legs, pretty much, is that he's pretty much a worse he's almost a worse Viking than Hiccup is. And Hiccup's pretty dang bad at being a Viking. Let's get real here. As Cressida Cowell says, the only thing heroic about Hiccup was his hair, which spent most of its time under a Viking helmet, so no one ever saw it anyway. That was a paraphrase, but that's basically what she says. Anyway, so Fish Legs. He's scrawny, he has glasses, and he can talk himself, or actually usually he talks Toothless and Hiccup out of pretty much anything. But he's got this wonderful sarcastic sense of humor. He is, oh my god, he's pretty much a poet. He's very much a poet. He's the most loyal. His friendship with Hiccup is the most loyal male friendship I have ever come across in fiction. And this includes the monkeys, it includes supernatural, spoiler alert, I'm going to be deliberately very vague about this. For those of you who haven't read the 9th book, the end of the 9th book, Fish Legs, everyone else in the tribe, including Hiccup's other best friend, including her, they've all turned their back on him because of something, and Fish Legs does not turn away. He walks forward, basically claims his undying allegiance to Hiccup, gives him this amulet that he's had for as long as he knows, because he was found drifting as a baby with nothing but that amulet. And then there's Kamikaze. Everyone who's only watched the movie is looking at me going, who the bloody hell is Kamikaze? Okay. Kamikaze is Hiccup's female best friend. Kamikaze's introduction was basically, she was in a Roman cell. Fishlegs and Hiccup were thrown in there with her. And she made Fishlegs' pants fall down using her sword. She's about 4 feet tall, with a huge tangled mess of blonde hair that, according to Cressida Cowell, has been as untouched by human hands as some parts of the Amazon. She's about, I think she's got to be about 8 or 9 when Hiccup and Fishlegs meet her, because she's 2 years younger than them. And I think they're about 11 or 12 in the book when they meet her. And she is the most badass Viking ever. She's scrawny, she's clever, she talks so freaking insanely much when she's fighting these guys who are about 10 times her size. And she makes Snotlout, who is, of course, like the ideal Viking in that society, look like a pansy. Astrid, on the other hand, was introduced in the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, because this kind of pissed me off, with Hiccup saying something along the lines of how he had a crush on her. Astrid was introduced solely for the purpose of being a romantic interest. And as far as characters go, she's about the least interesting. Because, yeah, she's somewhat feminist. She's got all the Viking stuff down, and she's a girl. But she's an attractive girl who is very much your typical, I am making a feminist statement thing here. Like, if you're gonna make a feminist statement, you can't just have the same attractive girl kicks guy's butt, because that's been done, people. That has been done. I could go on about her, but I need to cut these videos down a lot, so I'm not going to. That is all. I will see you guys soon. Eric, upload.